That's just a picture of me on the screen. Wow. Hey, there's Joe. Hi, Joe. That's just a still picture of me. I got to get my pants on. Just a minute. Oh, what happened to my picture? I lost it. Ah. All right, well. Here we go. Oops. Yeah. I can do that, and then I can come over here. It's all good. No, I should be able to get Facebook on this too. Hi, Elaine. How are you? Really nice when people pop in and say hello in the chat. I guess I can be live, but I've got the earphones on. And I have a little rush here to get... Oh, sorry about the piano. Turn that down. Softer. Okay. So, yeah, I kind of had to make a little last-minute gasp here to get everything set up. But I think I'm ready to go. Let me see how much time I have left. Oh, I've got 38 seconds. And I appreciate it. Joe or somebody let me know if the voice and the piano. I think it would help if I turned the piano on. Now that piano sounded a little loud to me, but I'm going to do that song just as a warm-up. That song, you were listening to the music of Eddie Higgins, the great Chicago pianist, who I met on a jazz cruise back before I moved to Sedona. And of course, I heard his name, but he moved away from Chicago when I was sort of just getting started. But his name was always floating around Chicago because he was like an iconic figure as a jazz pianist in Chicago. He was the house pianist at the London House, the top jazz club in Chicago. There, that sounds better without reverb. I'll turn the reverb on when I sing. So anyway, Eddie Higgins. So I was playing this jazz cruise in, I'm live. Can you hear me, Joe? Mic on? Okay. I'm pretty sure I'm on because I see the audio thingy going. Mary is in Facebook. How are you? I love having the chat. I could just sit here and chat. I've got stories. I'm going to tell you some stories about chatting later on, but I'm going to play. Actually, that was Lullaby of the Leaves, and I'm going to be doing a different song about fall, because actually the fall is going to be here before we know it, and that's when everything is going to come back to life, maybe, or maybe before that, or maybe after that. We don't know. But so instead, my brain is going way too fast. I'm just going to do a song about blue skies, because that's what I'm looking at out the window here. Blue skies smiling at me, nothing but blue skies do I see. Bluebirds singing a song, nothing but bluebirds, bluebirds all day long. I never saw the sun shining so bright, never saw things going so right. Noticing the days hurrying by, when you're in love, my, how they fly. Oh, blue days, all of them gone, nothing but blue skies from now on. Smiling at me, nothing but blue skies do I see. Bluebirds are singing a song, nothing but bluebirds, bluebirds all day long. I never saw the sun shining so bright, I never saw things going so right. Noticing the days hurrying by, when you're in love, my, how they fly. Oh, blue days, all of them gone, nothing but blue skies. Those blue skies, nothing but blue skies from now on. All right, Irving Berlin from the movie, well, many movies, but the one I remember from is White Christmas. Remember that one? I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. We'll get to that later, some other day. All right. George Bine is in the house. So good to see George. And he's probably thinking, well, Steve, that was a nice song, but how can you dance to that tempo? Well, I did a little beboppy fast tempo there. So there you go. Of a blues and fill in bluesy, but I know George has got a request, and that'll be coming up soon. John Rockenbach, what the hell? My old high school classmate. sunny day and I got the blues. Well, they call it stormy Monday, and Tuesday's just as bad. Well, they call it stormy Monday, and Tuesday's just as bad. You know that Wednesday's worse, Thursday's also sad. But you got the blues, no days off. Eagle flies on Friday, Saturday I go out to play. Eagle flies on Friday, eagle. Saturday I go out to play. Well, then on Sunday it's church. Get down on my knees and I pray. This is what I say. Well, now, Lord have mercy. Oh, Lord have mercy on me. Lord have mercy. You know my heart's in misery. Crazy about my baby. Oh Lord, please bring her back to me. Bass player. Well, the eagle flies on Friday. Saturday I go out to play. Eagle flies on Friday, Saturday I go out to play. Sunday's church, I get down on my knees and I pray. And the Lord says, is it about a woman? Yeah. Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy on me. Lord have mercy, my heart's in misery. You know I'm crazy about my baby. Lord, please bring her back to me. Yes, I got the blues. I'm feeling in a bluesy state of mind. And I'm going to play one more before I get to George Bynes' request. Amy is here. And we're going to do a little Elton John. My old pal John. Rock and rock. And this was, actually Elton John didn't come out until after John and I were graduated from high school. Hope it's okay that I say that, but but one of his biggest hits is one of my favorite songs of his, and that's it. It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. Well, I ain't got much money. Boy, if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. was a sculptor. But then again, no, or a man who makes potions in a traveling show. And I know it's not much. It's the best I can do. A gift is my song, and this one's for you. You can tell everybody this is your song. It may seem quite simple, but now that it's done, hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is when you're in the world. I sat on the roof and I kicked off the moss. Well, a few of these verses, well, they got me quite cross. But the sun's been quite kind. Well, I wrote down this song. People like you keep it turned on. So excuse me for getting these things I do. See, I've forgotten if they're green or the blue. Anyway, the thing is, what I really mean is are the sweetest eyes I've ever seen. You can tell everybody this is your song. It may seem quite simple now that it's done. Hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is when you're in the world. I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is when you're in the world. Hey, John, I was just thinking about when we used to go into the language lab. Of course, when we're in language lab in the 60s in high school, having audio tapes was like state of the art. Hold on. So we're in the language lab in high school, Crystal Lake Community High School. And I had this old ball and sock that my dad had that I would record stuff off the radio. And I had a whole reel of Beatles tapes. So we're sitting in these audio booths in language lab in high school, and I got the Beatles tapes, and we're sitting there and gathering around listening to the Beatles while we're supposed to be studying our German. German is what we took, the German language. So this is so much like playing the piano bars in Chicago. I mean, sit around, talk with the people, play a wide variety of songs. Even though I'm mostly a jazz and blues guy, I like to play pop songs once in a while. And George Bine wants me to send this song out and dedicate it to his wife, Chris. Did I write her down? I met her. There's Christine, I believe, right? Please tell me I got it right. That right? And I'm going to try this song for the first time. Well, actually, I tried it once before, and I really did. Anyway, I'm going to try it almost for the first time, and it's called "How Do You Keep the Music Playing?" Going out to George Bine and his wife, Christine. Thanks. Really reminds me of the piano bar days because I would try songs that I had no business trying. But anyway, I'm going to try this. It's a beautiful song with beautiful lyrics by Marilyn and Alan Bergman, and was sung by Tony Bennett, Frank Sinatra, and many others. How do you keep the music playing? How do you make it last? How do you keep the song from fading too fast? How do you lose yourself to someone and never lose your way? How do you not run out of new things to say? And since we're always changing, how can things stay the same? And tell me how year after year you're never sure your heart won't fall apart each time you hear his name. I know the way I feel for you is now or never. The more I love, the more I'm afraid that in your eyes I cannot see. If we can be the best of lovers, yet be the best of friends. If we can try with every day to make it better as it grows with every lover, then I suppose the music never ends. I know the way I feel for you is now or never. The more I love, the more that I'm afraid. How do you keep the music that in your eyes I may not see forever? As they say in the music biz, well, actually, there's always got to be a first time you try a song. I think actually I did try it before many years ago. Maybe it was with Jeannie on the gig with George. Hi, Jeannie. Singer in Sedona that I work with, Jeannie Carroll's in House. We're going to be getting together online in about 2 or 3 weeks. And we'll do a little James Taylor. It's kind of a mellow Wednesday afternoon. Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Susan, the plans they made put an end to you. Rocked out this morning, and I wrote down this song. I just can't remember who to send it to. Well, I've seen fire and I've seen rain, seen sunny days that I thought would never end, seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. Always thought that I'd see you again. To look down upon me, Jesus, you got to help me make a stand. You just got to see me through another day. My body's aching, my time is at hand. I just can't make it any other way. I've seen fire and I've seen rain, seen sunny days that I thought would never end, lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. my mind to an easy time. My back turned toward the sun. Lord knows when the cold wind blows, it'll turn her head around. Hours of time on the telephone line, talk about things to come. Sweet dreams, flying machines, and pieces on the ground. I've seen fire and I've seen rain, seen sunny days thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend, but I always thought that I'd see you again. Well, I've seen fire and I've seen rain, seen sunny days that I thought would never end. Lonely times when I could not find a friend, I always thought that I'd see you, babe, one more time again. M. Eastman, how are you? Thank you for coming into the room and commenting. And I thought I saw, Bob and Pam in the chat room, but did they leave? Bob and Pam are some old friends of mine from the Chicago area, and they've been here quite a few times, so thank you. Yeah, James Taylor. I found out years later that the one line in the song "Flying Machines in Pieces on the Ground," the names of one of his first bands he ever played in was called the Flying Machine, or Flying Machines, Flying Machine, whatever. Okay, this is one of the first times I've come without a song list, and I was getting it happens so often I get the technical things going. Hi, Brian David is here. He had a great concert last night. Brian David, a world-class classical guitarist, and he's going to be doing more online concerts. So I'm sorry to play while I'm talking. I'm polite. Sorry, but hi, Brian. And I'm going to live up to my name of jazz and blues. I'm going to do a little blues here. This is Going to Chicago Blues. And this one goes out to Amy. Okay. You keep your New York joys. I'm going to Illinois just as fast as I can. You New York women think you make a fool of any man. Play all kinds of games, you will cheat if you can. Use love like a tool, make a man a fool. What a beautiful motto. Got my money, that's it. How can you mind if I split? Going back where a woman really knows the way to treat a man. People are friendly without no hidden plan. It's the best in the Midwest. Real town city full of good folks who come from home. And when I get back, I'll never roam far from a little shy town. Goodbye, farewell. I might see you later, 'cause I am going to Chicago. Sorry, but I can't take you. Going to Chicago. Sorry, but I can't take you. Ain't nothing in Chicago my key woman like you to do. Yeah. This is a happy blues. Although I'm sorry, I can't take you. down now, sunshine, see what tomorrow brings. Tomorrow, tomorrow. Hurry down now, sunshine, see what tomorrow brings. Tomorrow, tomorrow. And it may bring sunshine, then again it may bring rain. Tomorrow, and I am going to Chicago. Sorry, but I can't take you. Going to Chicago. Sorry, but I can't take you. Nothing in Chicago for a monkey woman like you to do. Monkey woman. That doesn't mean you, Amy. That's just a song. It's a figure of speech in the song. Thank you. I know it's one of Amy's favorite songs. Going to Chicago. Actually, that song was an old blues song, I think, from the 20s called Going Up the Country. Sorry, but I can't take you. And then it was revived by other people like Joe Williams, who sang with Count Basie. And he had a great version of it famous version of it with Count Basie. And one night I was playing this song in a piano bar in Chicago, and this customer says, "Hey, I know Joe Williams. Want to talk to him on the phone?" I go, "Sure." So we go to a payphone in those days, and he calls Joe Williams, and I had talked to him. I said, "Hey, Joe, what does that line in that song mean? Monkey woman." Well, of course, it's a drug reference, actually, I guess. But it's also just kind of a throwaway line. You can just say, monkey woman, sorry, but I can't take you. Anyway, it's sort of a novelty song. Thanks. Lou Toronto, hi, how are you doing? Good to see you in the house. I'm having I need a pedal for this reverb, because when I'm talking, I don't need reverb. And I'm going to work on my French a little bit for Anne-Marie. And why stop when I've got a great song going on? It takes many, many repetitions of a song to really learn it. And I'm still working on this one because it has French pronunciations in it. The song was actually written by Cole Porter. When love comes in and takes you for a spin. Here comes the French. Ooh la la la, c'est magnifique. When every night your loved one holds you tight. Ooh la la la, c'est magnifique. But when one day your loved one drifts away, ooh la la la, it is so tragique. But when once more she whispers, je t'adore, c'est magnifique. Comes in and takes you for a spin. Everybody, ooh la la la, c'est magnifique. When every night your loved one holds you tight, ooh la la la, c'est magnifique. But when one day your loved one drifts away, ooh la la la, it is so tragique. But when once more she whispers, je t'adore, c'est magnifique. C'est magnifique. about time for an instrumental. And when I started playing these old songs when I was back a teenager in high school, and I would be hanging out with my friends like John Rockenbach during the day, and we'd be listening to Beatles, Amos and the Papas, Rolling Stones, and then I'd be going to my gigs, and I'd be playing for the older crowd, and I'd be playing all these old songs, like World War II songs, songs from the old movies of the 30s and 40s, and I thought, gee, these are songs, that it's way out of the times I'm living in. And these are old fuddy-duddy songs, but now I'm really glad I know some of these great songs. I've been playing these songs all my life, following the lead of my dad, who was a piano player. But there was a great movie in the 40s where the movie theme was played with strings and words were added later. And I'm just going to do the instrumental. It's called Laura. Since I know the words. Laura is a face in the misty night, footsteps that you hear down the hall, a laugh that fills our misty night that you can never quite recall. And you'll see Laura on a train that is passing through. Those eyes, how familiar they seem. She gave her very first kiss to you. That was Laura, but she's only a dream. Yeah, John says we used to. Somehow, some of us learned how to play bridge when I was in high school. So we'd get together and play cards and mostly listen to music and play cards along with it. I don't know how good we were really at bridge. I think a couple of us got good, but I think Bry Gallagher got pretty good at bridge. But he was good at everything. He was a good golfer. Anyway, I'm going to do a Beatles song. Blah, blah, blah. I give her all my love, that's all I do. And if you saw my love, you'd love her too. And I love her. She gives me everything, and tenderly the kiss my lover brings, she brings to me. And I love her. A love like ours will never die, as long as I have you near me. Bright are the stars that shine, dark as the sky. I know this love of mine will never die. I love her. A love like ours will never die, as long as I have you near me. Bright are the stars that shine, dark is the sky. I know this love of mine will never die. And I love her. And I love her. And I love her. Yeah. I haven't heard much from the chat room over in the web page here. Where let's see, we've got Michelle and George and Brian was there earlier. Elaine, Joe. I don't know if Joe. Are you still here, Joe? So I hope the chat window is working on. That's an app that I paid for, so we could have a little chat if you're watching on YouTube on my website. So, by the way, I do have a little tip jar over on my web page. You can go to my website, sandnermusic.com, and the live video page has a little tip jar. Just saying, you don't have to, but if you do, that'd be great. Yeah, our classmate Bry Gallagher, actually, I think he had a little money left over after he lost some flipping houses in Phoenix, but he was a pretty smart guy. Then again, we had a pretty smart class. Remember Gary Astrologist? John, that guy was a brain. And not to mention Hanno, remember Hanno? What was Hanno Robbie? He was the valedictorian, and pretty smart guy. I don't know if we had that good of sports teams. We had average sports teams in high school. We had a couple of good rock bands, and we had a little jazz trio. That was my thing, the jazz trio. Used to do I'll do a Dave Brubeck song. Used to do get on stage during the talent shows and do some Dave Brubeck, including this one, which I'm not going to do all the way through, but it was. But from the same album, I'm going to do this one instead. Ron Bacon, I didn't see you. How are you? Won't you stop and take a little time out with me? Just take 5. Take a busy day and take the time out to see that I'm alive. Though I'm going out of my way just so I can pass by each day, not a single word do we say. It's a pantomime and not a play. I know all eyes are from me. I feel tingles down to my feet when your smile gets much too discreet. Sends me on my way. You better not to be so polite. You could offer me a light. Just a little conversation now, it's alright. Just take 5. Drum solo. In 5, 3, 4, 5. See, this song's in 5. You have to count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Won't you stop and take a little time out with me? Just take 5. Stop your busy day and take the time to see that I'm alive. I'm going out of my way just so I can pass by each day. Not a single word do we say. It's a pantomime, not a play. I know all eyes are for me. I feel tingles down to my feet when your smile gets much too discreet. Since we got my way, wouldn't it be better not to be so polite? You could offer me a light. Just a little conversation now, it's alright. Just take 5. Just take 5. Just take 5. Okay. And Lou says, "Where's my glass of red wine?" That's what I'd like to know. If I would be permitted a 5-minute break, I could go get myself a glass of wine. It's sitting over there in the cupboard. But because obviously I'm playing from my little apartment here in Sedona. But I'll play a couple more songs first. John's pointing out that we had a couple of really brainiacs in our class in high school, Gary and Nancy, astrologists. And yeah, they were really nice. Also, they were really nice people. Gail McClellan. Yes, how are you? I'm glad that you're all here, and I'm going to play another blues tune. And this is another song, like, if you listen to the words of Stormy Monday, it's kind of like in the form of a prayer. Usually the guy is having a problem, a relationship problem. He says, "Lord, please help me with this, relationship problem." Well, this is kind of along the same lines. And although Percy Mayfield gets a little more expansive with the world problem in the early 50s, which was, the nuclear bomb we thought was going to destroy the world. Little did we know we had a little tiny virus that was going to come along and scare the crap out of us. Hey, Joe. Oh, yeah, that song has lyrics. Yeah. I got a couple comments. Oh, Gail says the song. She didn't know the song had lyrics either, but yeah. I'm trying to think who wrote the lyrics to Take 5. I think it was Dave Brubeck's wife, if I'm not mistaken, but we'll have to look that up. Maybe somebody can Google that. So, yes. Please send me someone to love. I just want to point out that if you're going to pray, you should really pray for something, it's going to help a lot, help the world. So pray that we get out of the mess we're in. But the old blues songs lyrics really did go to the core of the human misery of being, how do you say it? Dealing with relationships where people are just unkind to you. We've all had that experience. People, you think you trust somebody and then it doesn't turn out good. And there's really very little worse experience than that mentally to go through than something like that. So this blues song is, please send me someone to love, lest we put an end to this damnable sin. The world could end. Something Percy Mayfield wrote the lyrics and the music to this classic blues song. Heaven, please send to all mankind understanding, peace of mind, and if it's not asking too much, please send me someone to love. Show the world how to get along. Peace will enter when all hate is gone. And if it's not asking too much, please send me someone to love. Well, each night I stay awake and count the world's troubles. Answer always seems to be the same. Last we put an end to this terrible sin. Hate will put the world in flame. What a shame, just because I'm in misery. Baby, I don't beg. It's not asking too much. Please send me someone to love. Hello, Trish. Each night I stay awake and count the world's troubles. Answer always seems to be the same. Last we put an end to this damnable sin. Hate will put the world in flame. Ooh, what a shame, just because I'm in misery. Baby, I don't beg for no sympathy. And if it's not asking too much, please send me someone to love. And if it's not asking too much, please send me someone to love. The blues. Well, should I take 3 minutes and go get a glass of wine or not? What do you think? You guys need a little break or no? Should I keep going? Yeah, I can always get a little wine after. That's fine. How many of you guys have got a glass of wine? It's actually 5 o'clock somewhere. Yeah. Oh, the tip jar is on my. Unfortunately, I forgot to put it on the Facebook side. So you have to go to my webpage, sandnermusic.com/videos, or you can get to it from my webpage, stevestander.com, and then you click on the live stream link, and you'll see the little tip jar underneath the embedded video there. So I appreciate that. Yeah. Someone to watch. Trish, I'm trying to figure out what that picture is that you sent in the chat room, and I can't. What is that? Is it a? Don't know. Well, and I know at least 3 Trishas. I would like to know what your last name is, Trish. You can let us know if you want. Well, in Eastern Canada, it's almost 9 p.m., so you're more than entitled for a glass of wine. So I'm going to put on a little. This is only going to take me 3 minutes, so I'm going to come back and play a little more. So don't go away. Okay, just like the old days, I take a break after playing, an hour set. I'm going to be back in 3 minutes. And in fact, I'm just going to go grab the bottle, come back here and talk to you while I'm opening it. Steve Pearson in the house. Hey, Steve, how you doing? Another high school friend. We may not have been in the same class. I think we're close to the same class. And yeah, John Rockenbach's here. He's from our high school. If you remember Steve, if you remember him. And was it last week or the week before? Sally Blakesley rounded up about 10 high school classmates who were here. So we can go back to this. Lou Toronto. The live stream is lost while donating. Gosh, I got to fix that. I think, isn't there a return button, Lou, to go right back to the live stream after you donate? I mean, while you're donating, which only takes a couple minutes, I don't know. Anyway, I appreciate the donations, because times are kind of squirrely now for musicians. And I'm going to have a little glass of wine here. Oh, yeah, Steve Pearson. He must have been in my sister Mary's class of 68. And John and I were in the class of 67. So, cheers. By the way, this is Chateau Saint Michel. Excuse my French. It's not a pronunciation. That's Chateau Saint Michel. It's California Cabernet. So cheers to music and good fun, good company, good friends. There are so many musicians doing these live streams now that I appreciate your coming here, for one thing, because you have a lot to choose from. Cheers. Oh, did I say cheers yet? Maybe not. Cheers, Lou. I hope you've got a little glass of wine too. Lou and Jeannie, you must have a glass of wine going. All right. Gail, I don't know if you do. Anne Marie. I'm sure you could because it's so much later for you. You're entitled. Mary Balfons. Cheers. From close near Rockford, Illinois. Mary, which our high school, Crystal Lake, of course, wasn't too far away from where Mary Balfons lives. In I can't remember the name of your little town, but Poplar Grove. Speaking of chatting and talking while you're playing the piano, I've got a little story for you. I'll turn the music off. There was a club close to my house called Amy's over there. There was a club close to where I lived, and my dad used to play at this private club called the Anvil Club, which is in Dundee, which was near Crystal Lake, where we all went to high school. And so my dad would play there sometimes, and I'd play there. We'd sub for each other. So one time after my gig, I went over. He was playing later, so I went over to see him. And I sat down at the bar, and I look over at the piano, and there had to be 40 people crowded around the piano, standing there. And my dad was doing nothing but talking and laughing and, insulting people, just talking to everybody. And I sat there for like 15 minutes waiting for my dad to play some music because, I'd like to listen to him play piano. So the manager of the club walks by, and I said, "Tony, the piano player hasn't played a note in like 20 minutes." And Tony stops and looks over at the piano, and he sees the crowd of 40 people standing there and goes, "You know what? I don't care." He's got the crowd occupied, and if when he's not playing, they're going to probably drink more. So we just laughed at that. That was funny. Okay. By the way, did I say cheers to everyone? Cheers. Okay. Okay. We had maybe some. I'm open to requests. This is. I love to do the blues songs, but in the meantime, I guess I'll do a little, because summertime is coming up, and because Gershwin is always one of the greatest American composers. A little summertime. Summertime, the living is easy. Fish are jumping, the cotton is high. Oh, your daddy's rich, and your Maya's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings, gonna rise up singing. You're gonna spread your wings, take to the sky. But till that morning, there ain't nothing can harm. With your daddy and your mama standing by. Summertime, and the living is easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is high. Oh, daddy's rich and your ma is good looking. Hush, little baby, don't you cry in the summertime, good old summertime, summertime. Now, a little Michel Legrand. Yes, I will. What happened to my screen here? Oops. I'm on my. I don't know what happened. I think I screwed up. I do yoga. I do some yoga chants on Thursdays, and we're going to my screens for my Sanskrit chants. We're not going to do that right now, but we will do that later. Mary sometimes comes to those, Mary Balfons. And so Michel Legrand. And then Anne-Marie has a request. After that, we'll do some Anne-Marie's Colettes. Where's Jacqueline tonight, Anne-Marie? Jacqueline didn't come to the concert, but... So Michel Legrand had this wonderful movie score. Maybe it was one of his first. What made him famous, possibly. And I'm trying to think of it. It had that song. Michel Legrand wrote many great compositions, including "What Are You Doing the Rest of Your Life," "Once Upon a Summertime," "Summer of '42," but this one is the one that I know the words to. I'm pretty sure I know the words to. It's a great little bossa that all the musicians play because it's just such a cool song. Let someone start believing in you. Let him hold out his hand. Let him touch you and watch what happens. Want someone who can look in your eyes and see into your heart. Let him hold you and watch what happens. Cold, I can't believe your heart is cold. Maybe just afraid to be broken again. Oh, let someone with that deep love to give that deep love to you. And what magic you'll see. Let someone give his heart, someone who cares like me. Can't believe your heart is cold. Maybe just afraid to be broken again. Oh, let someone with that deep love to give that deep love to you. And what magic you'll see. Let someone give his heart, someone who cares like me. Michel Legrand. Boy, all this melody, I could probably go on for another half hour playing Michel Legrand instrumentals. The ones that I know the words to are kind of iffy, like, what are you doing the rest of your life? Da 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 da. Susan Rainwater from Texas. Yes, nice to see you here. And we have the request from Anne Marie. Oh, and Amy. Young at Heart. Okay, Young at Heart was first. And I don't know if I know the words to this. But it's got great words. It's too bad because... But, you know, we're going to do this every Wednesday. Or I'm going to be here every Wednesday and Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So if I don't know the words to Young at Heart this time, next time you come, maybe I'll have the words done. That's the way it worked in the piano bar in Chicago. The customers would recommend songs to me, and I learned I could use a figure of speech, but I learned a ton of songs. So I'll play a little Young at Heart, and for some reason the music comes easy to me. I can hear a song practically once or twice, and I know the music. But lyrics, I have to work hard at lyrics. By the way, did I say cheers yet? Anybody? Cheers. And I have this view of the piano. If you want, I'll try that. I haven't used it, but I forgot I had it. Okay. I know it starts, fairy tales can come true. It can happen to you if you're young at heart. just so you know, if you want to find my tip jar, I forgot to put one on Facebook today. That's my fault. But if you go to my website and on my live video page, you will find the donate button right below the embedded video. So I appreciate that. If you are so inclined, you don't have to. We're having fun no matter what. So I'm going to just pour another half glass of wine. Is that okay? Is that okay, Lou? Okay. Every time Lou comes into Del and DeLuca, he buys me a glass of wine or sometimes two. And I appreciate that, of course. Okay, Amy, Basin Street Blues. I have a story about this song. Barbie. Hello, Barbie. All the way from northern Michigan. Barbie Brown. Some high school people are here, Barbie. Steve Pearson and John Rockenbach. They're here. Either they're here now or they were here earlier for sure. So Basin Street Blues is a song anyway that I played on my very first gig when I was 14. So I'm going to try to do justice. Well, won't you come along with me down the Mississippi? We'll take a boat to the land of dreams, down the river down to New Orleans, where the band's there to greet us, old friends to meet us, where all the light and the dark folks meet. Heaven on earth, they call it Basin Street. It's Basin Street. It's the street where the elite always meet down in New Orleans. Land of dreams, you'll never know how nice it seems. So just how much it really means. Glad to be, yes sirree. Welcome street so dear to me, where I can lose my Basin Street blues. Well, won't you come along with me down the Mississippi? We'll take a boat to the land of dreams and steam down the river down to New Orleans. The band's there to greet us, old friends to meet us, where all the light and the dark folks meet. Heaven on earth, they call it Basin Street. Oh, it's Basin Street. Is the street where the elite always meet down in New Orleans. Land of dreams, you'll never know how nice it seems or just how much it really means. So glad to be, yes sirree, well, welcome street, so dear to me, well, I can lose my Basin Street blue. All right, one of my favorites. Thank you, Amy, for requesting that. Hey, Jeannie Carroll's all over the place. Wow. But I'm seeing some of the people who come to my chanting sessions, which are so completely different. on Thursdays at 1 p.m. Eastern. If you want to do some Sanskrit chanting and a little yoga meditation instruction, well, you're welcome to come to that. If you're interested, however, I don't publicize the website for that. You can send me a message or just a personal message on Facebook or email. That'd be fine, and I'll set you up with that if you want to do that. But gee, we got a couple of people from the Thursday sessions: Mary, Barbie, Susan, and those are very grounding for me to do those sessions. All right, I'm not going to quit. I'm going to keep playing. Oh, Joe Sturmer is trying to show off his French. We've got some like fluent French speakers in the crowd tonight, Joe. So, but I don't even like to try too much. But Jeannie and of course Anne-Marie both speak French. This is one of the oldest songs that I know. It's from the 1800s. It's called St. James Infirmary Blues. By the way, you can get a lot of these songs on my CDs, which are for sale on my website, sandnermusic.com, and go to the Buy Music page, and they're available for download. If you want the actual CD, you can go to cdbaby.com and just search my last name, and you'll find some stuff there too. So. Amy's in two places too. It's like you're able to duplicate your body or something like that. You hear stories of, Okay, anyway. Well, I went down to St. James Infirmary to see my baby there, stretched out on a long white table. So long, so cold, so bare. Tried so hard to keep from crying. My heart just felt like lead. She was all I had to live for. How I wished it was me instead. Let her go, God bless her. Wherever she may be, she may search the whole wide world over, never find another loving man like me. When I die, bury me in straight lace shoes, box-back coat and straight lace shoes. Put a $20 gold piece on my watch chain. All the boys will know I died standing pat. Oh, I went down to St. James Infirmary to see my baby there, stretched out on a long white table. So long, so cold, so bare. Baby in straight lace shoes, box-back coat and a Stetson hat, and put a $20 gold piece on my watch chain. So all the boys, oh, you know I died standing pat. I went down to St. James Infirmary to see my baby there, stretched out on a long white table, so long, so cold, so bare. I've got the St. James Infirmary blues. All right, cheers, everybody. I'm going to do like one more song, one or two maybe, and probably call it a day. But thank you for coming. The count has been increasing. I have a somewhat of a count here. It's not always accurate, but it's been going up over the past 10, 15 minutes. So I appreciate you all watching. George Bine says, yeah, I hope we do our gig in May. We are scheduled to play. Yeah, I'm scheduled to play with George Bine's band at Sound Bites in Sedona in May. Of course, we don't know what's going to happen. Gosh, I forgot about all that shit going on. We're just here having fun with playing music. So yeah, let's forget about all that. But the good news is we could be playing a gig at Sound Bites in May. So yeah. Something happy. Like about love. You know, this is probably a good one to end on. When you get infatuated, you forget about everything except love, right? Oh, I don't remember what day it was, and I didn't notice what time it was. All I know is that I fell in love with you. And if all my dreams come true, I'll be spending time with you. Oh, every day's a new day in love with you. With each day comes a new way of loving you. I thank the Lord for love like ours that grows up strong. All my dreams come true. I'll be spending time with you. Oh, I love you more today than yesterday, but not as much as tomorrow. I love you more today than yesterday, but darling, not as much as tomorrow. Tomorrow's date means springtime, just a day away. Tomorrow's date means springtime, your time away. Every time I kiss your lips, my mind starts to run. All my dreams come true. I'll be spending time with you. Oh, I love you more today than yesterday, but not as much as tomorrow. I love you more today than yesterday, but darling, not as much as tomorrow. Miles, how you doing? Tomorrow's date means springtime, just a day away. Cupid, we don't need you, now be on your way. And every time I kiss your lips, my mind starts to wander. All my dreams come true. I'll be spending time
today than yesterday, but not as much as tomorrow. I love you more today than yesterday, but darling, not as much as tomorrow. Every day is a new day. Every time I love you, every day's a new day. Every time I love you, every day is a new day. Every time I love you. Okay, that's going to do it for today, I think. Friends, neighbors, boys and girls, men and women, people in the audience from all over the country. Miles, it's really nice you showed up at the end here. I don't know how long you've been here, but it's always good to see you. We need, and I wonder if is Passover still going on? I can't remember. I don't know my holiday dates very well, but thank you for coming. Really appreciate your listening. The tip page is on. You can go to my website and go to my live video page on my website. I know I'm going to make it easier next time, I promise. And there's a PayPal button there to donate for tips. I appreciate the tips. You know, times are tough for musicians these days because all the gigs went away, but we're still happy. We're doing what we do. We love what we do, and appreciate your coming to this virtual piano bar concert, and hope to see you next time. Every Wednesday and Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to be here playing for, today I played for over an hour, actually an hour and a half. So we'll see you again. Thank you for all who stayed until the very end. So I appreciate that. And you can also download my music on my website. You can buy the CDs on cdbaby.com. If you search for my name there, you'll find some of them. And thank you for coming. And I've got some ideas for next time. I'm going to get a green screen. Mary, thank you. And green screen with some little scenery behind me, maybe a New York nightclub or something. And I thought about doing like a sing-along portion, maybe sing along some Beatles songs or something, and I'll put the lyrics on the screen. I mean, I'm getting some of these ideas to do. I'm going to get a better camera. I'm really excited about that. Actually, this camera isn't too bad, but I'm going to upgrade that a little bit, maybe get some better audio, and just having a lot of fun with this. Thanks, Susan. You're such a sweetheart for coming. Thank you, Amy, Susan, Mary. Gosh, all these beautiful ladies who are here tonight. I can't believe it. Lucky me. Or unlucky that I can't be with you in person, but lucky that you all came and showed up and said hello. Thank you very much, and good night. Have a nice evening, and we'll see you on Sunday night, I hope. Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Toodaloo. A bientôt. A plus tard. Joe. Thank you, Amy. Thank you.